Hi, I'm Sarah. Today I'm going to read you the story of Mei-Lin, which is titled like this. My family rented out my beach house behind my back. I waited for them to book it for a wedding with 100 guests, changed the locks, and signed my own lease. Agreement. A week before the wedding, Mom called me, we could get arrested. Well, let's go. My name is Mei-Lin and I'm 32 years old. I work as a customer service manager at a tech company and I've been doing pretty well for myself. The pay is good, and I've managed to save up enough money over the years to buy some nice things. 2 years ago, I made what I thought was the best decision of my life. I bought a beach house. The house is in this amazing spot right by the water. You can see the ocean from the living room windows. And there's this little deck where you can sit in the morning with your coffee and watch the waves. It's not huge or anything, but it's perfect for weekend getaways and vacations. I probably spent every other weekend there for the past 2 years, and it became my escape from the city stress. My parents, Chen Wei and Lina, are both in their early 60s. Dad worked construction his whole life until his back gave out, and now he's on disability. Mom works part-time at a grocery store, but the money isn't great. When I bought the beach house, I gave them a spare key and told them they could use it whenever they wanted. They were so grateful. Dad actually had tears in his eyes, which I'd never seen before. They started going there maybe once a month, sometimes with my younger sister, Xiao Yu, and her husband, Kenji. Xiao Yu is 28 and works at a dental office. She's always been the more outgoing one between us, but also the one who expects things to be handed to her. Kenji is okay, I guess. He works at some warehouse and they're always complaining about money. They've been married for 3 years now, and they use the beach house maybe once every couple months when they go with my parents. Everything was going great with this arrangement. My parents would call me after their trips to the beach house, and Mom would always say the same thing. Mei-Lin, I can't tell you how much this means to us. Having a place to go and relax, to get away from everything. You're such a good daughter. It made me feel good, you know, like I was doing something right with my life and my money. Then about a year ago, everything changed. I got a call from this headhunter about a job opportunity. The position was customer service director at a major corporation, and the salary was almost double what I was making, plus better health insurance, retirement matching, the whole package. There's just one thing, the headhunter said. The position is in Portland, Oregon. I live in Florida, so we're talking about moving across the entire country. I thought about it for weeks. This was a huge opportunity, the kind that doesn't come around often. I'd be stupid to pass it up. I called my parents to tell them about the offer. That's wonderful, honey. Mom said, you deserve this. You've worked so hard, but I'll have to move to Oregon, and I'm thinking I should sell the apartment and the beach house. I'll need the money to buy a place out there. There was this long pause on the phone. Mei-Lin, Mom said, and her voice sounded different. Would you consider maybe not selling the beach house? I know it's a lot to ask, but your father and we've gotten so used to going there. It's become really important to us. Dad jumped in. We could take care of it for you. Make sure it's maintained and everything. We love that place, Mei-Lin. I felt this tug in my chest. They were getting older, and they didn't have much. This beach house was probably the nicest thing they'd ever had access to. How could I take that away from them? Okay, I said. I won't sell it. You can keep using it. The relief in their voices was immediate. Oh, thank you, sweetheart, Mom said. You don't know what this means to us. So that's what I did. I sold my apartment and moved to Portland with just that money. Instead of buying a house like I'd planned, I had to settle for a nice apartment. Don't get me wrong, it's a good apartment, but if I'd sold the beach house too, I could have gotten a house with a yard and everything. But seeing how happy my parents were, it felt worth it. I started my new job, and it was everything they promised. Better pay, better benefits, better opportunities for advancement. My new life in Portland was going well. I talked to my parents every couple weeks, and they always mentioned their trips to the beach house. We were just there last weekend, Mom would say. Xiao Yu and Kenji came with us. We had such a wonderful time. The weather was perfect. That's great, Mom. I'm glad you're getting good use out of it. We are, honey. We really are. I don't know what we'd do without it. Thank you again for letting us keep it. This went on for about a year. I was settling into my new life, doing well at work, making new friends. Sometimes I missed the beach house, but knowing my parents were enjoying it made me feel good about my decision. I was paying the property taxes and the utility bills, which wasn't cheap, but I figured it was worth it for their happiness. Then I got a phone call that changed everything. It was from Hiroshi, the realtor who had helped me buy the beach house 2 years earlier. We'd stayed in touch a little bit, just holiday cards and the occasional email. Hey, Mei-Lin, I hope you're doing well in Oregon. I have a question about your beach house. Sure. What's up? I was browsing some rental websites yesterday. Someone named Xiao Yu is listing your beach house for rent. I thought maybe you'd asked her to manage it for you or something, but the listing makes it sound like she owns the place. Xiao Yu, my sister Xiao Yu, can you send me a link to that listing? Of course, I'll text it to you right now. My hands were shaking as I waited for the text message to come through. When it did, I clicked on the link and felt like someone had punched me in the stomach. There it was, my beach house. The photos were definitely of my property. I recognized every room, every piece of furniture I bought for the place. And right there at the top of the listing was Xiao Yu's phone number. The listing said the house was available for weekend rentals, vacation stays, and special events. The rate was $300 a night for regular stays and higher for holidays and events. The reviews made me sick to my stomach. There were dozens of them going back at least 6 months, maybe longer. Had the most amazing weekend here. Xiao Yu was so responsive and helpful. The house is exactly as pictured, and the beach access is incredible. Already booking our next stay. Sarah M. We spent Christmas week here and it was magical. Waking up to ocean views every morning was a dream. Xiao Yu was great to work with and very accommodating. 5 stars. Jennifer L. Christmas week. My family had told me they spent Christmas at the beach house, but they didn't mention they'd rented it out to strangers for the holidays. I kept scrolling through the reviews, getting angrier with each one. Great location for a work retreat. Fast Wi-Fi, plenty of space for meetings, and the beach access was perfect for evening walks. Xiao Yu was professional and easy to work with throughout the booking process. Text Art Solutions. But the review that really got to me was this one. We're already dreaming about having our wedding here. Xiao Yu mentioned that the property is available for events and special occasions. The setting would be absolutely perfect for an outdoor ceremony. Can't wait to discuss details with her, Katie, and Brandon. I sat there staring at my laptop screen trying to process what I was seeing. My sister was making money off my property. My parents knew about it. They were all lying to me every time we talked on the phone. I picked up my phone and called my mom. I needed to test this somehow. See if she would tell me the truth. Hi, honey. How are things in Portland? Good, Mom. Hey, I was thinking about taking a vacation next week, maybe flying back home and staying at the beach house for a few days. It's been so long since I've been there. There was silence on the other end, then some shuffling sounds. Oh, well, that would be nice. But Xiao Yu and Kenji are there. They needed a little getaway. You know how stressed they've been with work. More lies. I checked Xiao Yu's rental calendar while Mom was talking. The house was booked by someone named Patterson for the entire week. Oh, okay. Maybe the week after then. Well, I'm not sure about their plans. You know how it is. Maybe you should call them directly. She was trying to get off the phone. I could hear it in her voice. Actually, Mom, I changed my mind. I think I'd rather go somewhere different. Maybe Hawaii. The relief in her voice was obvious. Oh, that sounds wonderful, dear. Much more exciting than our little beach house. You deserve a real vacation. She hung up pretty quickly after that, saying she had to get dinner started. I sat there for a long time just staring at my phone. My family was lying to me. Not just Xiao Yu, but my parents, too. They were all in on it. I called Hiroshi back. Hey, I saw the listing. This is really messed up. I figured something wasn't right. What do you want to do about it? I don't know. I can't believe they're doing this behind my back. I've been paying all the bills for that place, the taxes, everything, and they're making money off it. Mei-Lin, you could actually take legal action here. What they're doing is illegal. They're essentially stealing from you. I don't want to sue my family. I understand, but you have options. Look, let me do some digging through my contacts. I can probably find out when they have the house booked next. Maybe you catch them in the act, you know. Confront them with proof they can't deny. That sounded like a good idea. Okay, see what you can find out. For the next 2 weeks, I couldn't stop thinking about what my family was doing. Every time I looked around my apartment, I thought about how I could have had a house if I'd sold the beach property. I was being taken advantage of, and it hurt. Hiroshi called me back exactly 2 weeks later. Mei-Lin, I've got some information for you. Are you sitting down? Yeah. What is it? Your sister has booked the house for a wedding. A big one. My friend who works with event planners heard about it. They're expecting about 100 people. It's happening in a month. They're charging serious money for this. We're talking thousands of dollars. I felt this cold anger settling in my chest. They weren't just renting out my house for weekend getaways. They were running a full business. Operation out of it. Hiroshi, I need you to do me a favor. Can you find me some tenants? People who want to rent the house long term. I want them living there before this wedding happens. I can do that. Give me a week or 2. Good. And Hiroshi, don't tell anyone about this. Not yet. 2 weeks later, Hiroshi called with good news. I found you a couple. They're both freelancers who work online and they want to rent a beach house for 6 months. They're willing to pay good money for the right place. Perfect. I'll fly out there myself to meet them. I used my vacation time and booked a flight back to Florida. I hadn't been back since I moved to Oregon, and I hadn't told anyone I was coming. This was going to be interesting. The first thing I did when I got to town was drive straight to the beach house. I had my original keys, but I wanted to make sure nothing had changed. When I pulled into the driveway, the house looked exactly the same. My house that I owned that I'd been paying for while my family made money off it. I called a locksmith and had all the locks changed that same day. Then I met with Hiroshi and the potential tenants, a couple named Akira and Yuki. They seemed nice, and they understood that this was a complicated situation. Hiroshi explained that your family might not be happy about new tenants. Yuki said, "We're okay with that. We really love the house and the location, and we're not easily intimidated." Good, because this might get ugly. They signed the lease agreement that afternoon, 6 months paid in advance. I gave them my contact information and Hiroshi's and told them to call if there were any problems. Then I flew back to Portland and waited. Days after I got back to Portland, my phone started going crazy. First it was Xiao Yu calling, then Dad, then Mom. I let every call go to voicemail. By the afternoon, the text messages started coming in. Xiao Yu, Mei-Lin, what the hell is going on? Our keys don't work at the beach house. Dad, Mei-Lin, we need to talk. There are strangers living in your house. Mom, honey, please call us back. We went to the house to clean it before our guests arrive, and there's a couple there who says they live there now. Please call. I turned my phone to silent and went about my day. Let them sweat it out. Let them wonder what was happening. The messages kept coming all day. Xiao Yu, I know you're getting these messages. Those people said they have a lease. A lease. Mei-Lin, what did you do? Mom, Mei-Lin, this is serious. We have commitments we need to honor. Please call us back immediately. I waited until almost midnight to finally answer when Mom called. Mei-Lin, thank God. What is happening? Who are these people in your house? Her voice was shaky, almost panicked. They're my tenants. Mom, I rented out my house. What? But we use that house. You said we could use it. Yeah, I said you could use it. I didn't say you could make money off it. There was silence on the other end. I don't know what you're talking about. Mom, cut the crap. I know about Xiao Yu's rental business. I've seen the website, the reviews, everything. I know you all have been lying to me for months. More silence. Then I heard her breathing, getting heavier. Mei-Lin, we can explain. Oh, I'm sure you can. But first, let me ask you something. Were you planning to tell me about the wedding? What wedding? The wedding for 100 people that Xiao Yu booked at my house. The one that's supposed to happen in 5 days. I heard her talking to someone in the background. Probably Dad. Mei-Lin, listen. We needed to make some extra money. You're doing so well with your new job, and we're struggling. We thought you wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. Mom, I've been paying the taxes on that house, the utilities, the maintenance, everything. While you guys have been making money off it and you didn't think I'd mind, we were going to tell you eventually, when after you made enough money to buy. Your own beach house? She was quiet for a moment. Then her voice changed. Got harder. Mei-Lin, you need to get rid of those tenants. We have a wedding this weekend. We got $3,000 as a deposit. And we'll get another $2,000 when the wedding happens. $5,000 for 1 weekend. My house. And they were making $5,000. Well, that sounds like your problem, Mom. Our problem, Mei-Lin. This is serious. We spent that deposit money already. If we can't deliver the venue, they'll want their money back, plus damages. Then you better figure out how to get it back. I could hear her starting to cry. Please, Mei-Lin, you have to help. Us. Can't you ask your tenants to leave for just 1 weekend? We'll pay them back for the inconvenience. No, Mei-Lin, please. These people are threatening to sue us if we can't provide the venue. That's what happens when you take money for something you don't own, Mom. I hung up the phone. My hands were shaking, but I felt good. Finally, they knew that I knew. The phone kept ringing. Xiao Yu, Dad, Mom again. I ignored all of them. Then the text messages started up again. Xiao Yu, Mei-Lin, you're ruining our lives. We need this money. Dad, your mother is beside herself. How can you do this to us? Xiao, you, the bride's father, is threatening to sue us for fraud. Fraud? Mei-Lin, you're going to get us arrested? Mom, please. Honey, we'll do anything. Just help us this one time. I turned my phone off and went to bed. For the first time in weeks, I slept really well. The next morning, I had 17 missed calls. I listened to one voicemail from Mom. Mei-Lin, it's Mom. I'm begging you. The bride's family is demanding their money back, plus a cancellation fee because it's so close to the wedding date. They want $8,000 total. We don't have that kind of money. Please, you have to help us. You're the only one who can fix this. $8,000. They were in deep trouble. Part of me felt bad for them. But then I remembered all the lies, all the months of paying bills for a house they were making money off of. All the times Mom thanked me for letting them use it while Xiao Yu was advertising it online. I called Mom back. I'm not giving you $8,000. Mei-Lin, please, we're desperate. They're going to sue us. You should have thought about that before you started taking money for something you couldn't guarantee. We thought we could guarantee it. It's been working fine for months. Because I didn't know about it. But I do know, so this is punishment. You're punishing us. I'm protecting my property, Mom. That's all. Your father might lose the house. We'll have to take out a loan we can't afford. That hit me for a second. But then I remembered this was their choice. They chose to lie to me. They chose to take money. They couldn't pay back. That's not my fault, Mom. You're our daughter, and you're supposed to be my parents. Parents who don't lie to their kids. I hung up and blocked all their phone numbers. I was done with this conversation. A week later, my aunt called me. Mom's sister, Mei-Lin. I heard what happened with your parents and the beach house. They said you screwed them over and cost them $8,000. I told Mei-Hua the whole story. When I finished, she was quiet. For a long time. I had no idea they were doing that. Mei-Lin, I'm so sorry. Your mother made it sound like you just decided to be cruel to them for no reason. They've been lying to me for months, Mei-Hua, making money off my house while I pay all the bills. That's terrible. I can't believe they did that to you. It felt good to have someone understand my side of the story. A few days after talking to Mei Hua, I got a call from an unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. Mei-Lin? It was Mom, and she was crying. We're in trouble. Real trouble. We had to tell the bride and groom that we couldn't provide the venue. We had to withdraw $8,000 from the credit card. The interest rate is 24%. We'll never be able to pay this off. She was sobbing now. We're going to lose everything. The house, the car, everything. Please, you have to help us. You're our daughter. I'm your daughter who you lied to for months. We were wrong. We know we were wrong. But please, we're begging you. $8,000 is nothing to you with your new job. Nothing to me. I worked hard for every dollar I made. It's not nothing to me, Mom. And even if it was, why should I pay for your mistakes? Because we're family. Family doesn't lie to each other, Mom. Family doesn't steal from each other. She didn't answer. Mom, I gave you guys something really valuable. Free use of a beach house. Do you know what that's worth? Thousands of dollars a year in vacation costs. And instead of being grateful, you decided to get greedy. We needed the money. Then you should have asked me. If you needed money, you could have talked to me instead of going behind my back. Would you have said yes? That stopped me for a second. Would I have let them rent out my house if they'd asked? I don't know, but at least you would have been honest about it. Please, Mei-Lin, we're sorry. We'll never do anything like this again. You're right. You won't because you don't have access to my house anymore. What do you mean? I mean, the house is rented to tenants now. Long-term tenants. You can't use it anymore. The crying stopped. Her voice got cold. We'll fight this. We'll get a lawyer. Go ahead, get a lawyer. I'd love to see you explain to a judge how you've been illegally renting out someone else's property. She hung up. Over the next few days, I got more calls from unknown numbers. Xiaoyu, Kenji. Even Dad tried calling from different phones. I didn't answer any of them. Then the text messages started coming from random numbers. Mei-Lin, this is Xiaoyu. You've destroyed our lives. We had to take out a loan to pay back the wedding people. Mom and Dad are going to lose their house because of you. This is Dad. I never thought my own daughter could be so heartless. We raised you better than this. Mei-Lin, it's Kenji. Xiaoyu is having panic attacks. You need to fix this. I blocked every number as the messages came in. A week later, Mei Hua called me again. Mei-Lin, I wanted to give you an update. Your mother is telling everyone that this is all your fault. She's saying you forced them into this situation by being selfish about the house. Let her say whatever she wants. Anyone who knows the real story will see through it. I told a few people what really happened. Your cousin Takeshi was shocked. He said he can't believe they did that to you. Thanks for sticking up for me, Mei Hua. Of course, honey, what they did was wrong. 2 weeks later, Mom called me from another unknown number. I was getting tired of this game, but I answered, Mei-Lin, we need that $8,000. We can't afford the credit card payments? Then maybe you should have thought about that before you started your little business. Her voice changed again, got nasty. You know what? We don't need you. We'll figure this out ourselves. And when we do, don't expect us to forgive you for this. I don't expect anything from you anymore, Mom. Good, because you're not getting anything. You're selfish and ungrateful, and we're done with you. Finally, something we agree on. She hung up. I waited for more calls, more messages, but they stopped. I think they finally got the message. I called Hiroshi to check on Akira and Yuki. They're great tenants, he said. No problems at all. They love the Mai place. They're already asking about extending their lease. What about my family? Any more trouble from them? Nope. I think your sister tried to drive by once, but that's it. I think they finally realized they're not getting the house back. That was 6 months ago. Akira and Yuki extended their lease for another year. They pay me $2,500 a month, which makes my life more comfortable. My parents and Xiaoyu haven't contacted me since that last phone call. Meihua keeps me updated sometimes. Mom and Dad are struggling with the credit card debt, but they're managing. Xiaoyu and Kenji had to move to a cheaper apartment. Meihua told me that Mom still tells people I'm the villain in this story, that I abandoned my family over money. Let her tell it however she wants. I know what really happened. I don't miss the drama. I don't miss the lies. I don't miss feeling like an idiot for trusting people who were taking advantage of me. My life in Portland is good. My job is going great. I got promoted last month. I'm making more money than I ever have. And now my beach house is actually making me money instead of just costing me money. Sometimes I think about driving down to see the house, maybe visit with Akira and Yuki. But honestly, I'm not ready to go back to Florida yet. Too many bad memories. There. Now, I learned something important from all this. Being family doesn't give people the right to take advantage of you. And sometimes the people you trust the most are the ones who will hurt you the worst. Would I do it all again the same way? Yeah, I think I would. They made their choices and I made mine. I'm not responsible for fixing their mistakes, especially when those mistakes involved lying to me and stealing from me. My beach house is in good hands now. Akira and Yuki send me photos sometimes. They've added some nice touches to the garden and they keep the place immaculate. They're talking about maybe buying their own place nearby eventually, but for now they're happy renting from me.